And my memory was the biggest thing. I really, for about a year, I was faking stuff that I knew. People would think I would know things and I would try to pretend like I did. But for some reason, I just decided, I grabbed the number and I called right then and there. I went and got my blood drawn, and I was terrified. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day, great night. If you saw the title, it's talking about hormones. I don't even know how to start this video. The clips I'm gonna throw throughout. When I filmed this, I honestly did not even know if I was going to post anything. I didn't really have plans to post anything. I kind of just needed to get my thoughts out, and I thought, well, maybe there's some chance. The last thing I ever wanted to do was complain, and I honestly was afraid going into this that I would get no answers and then wouldn't see anything. And a lot of throughout my life is, I never feel good, and I just been told, oh, that's normal. But it's hard to always know someone unless you know what they're feeling. And I've gone through a lot. If you know me, you know I don't trust doctors. I've gone to quite a few when I was younger and didn't find any answers. Ended up, I now have this irrational fear of doctors because whenever I have gone, I've never really received anything. They try to treat the problem that I'm feeling instead, like the symptom, instead of the actual problem. And so now whenever I go into doctor's office or whatever, I have, I kind of freak out a little bit. So I have been very, very hesitant on that, which I'd rather do things naturally, which there's a really good use for doctors, but I really like the natural and all that. So that was one big thing. Into some of my symptoms. So I'm actually gonna go in what I wrote on the original doctor's report. So one thing for me, something I was dealing with, I've had a lot of probably stuff going down and didn't feel great for years, but in the last over a year and probably a year and a half, things really took a big downturn. Some different events happened that really knocked my nerves off, and then I ended up getting COVID, and I think that probably messed things up, and just trying to deal with so much, I think messed things up and was even worse. I always had a really good memory, been able to remember things, very efficient in getting stuff done, and I really had struggled, and my memory was the biggest thing. I really, for about a year, I was faking stuff that I knew. People would think I would know things and I would try to pretend like I did, and I couldn't remember basic things that I knew. I was at work, and procedures that I had known and I had taught people and that I was one of the best at, suddenly could not remember anything about it. And so I'd have to ask them, like, hey, can I just get a reminder? Like, I really would just kind of blow it off, just like just trying to, because I could still work and I was still doing a lot, but it took me longer to get stuff done that was a lot easier. And a lot of brain fog. I couldn't focus, getting anxious over stuff, and couldn't really figure out what was going on. So that was some of the big things that really got to me, is when I couldn't remember that much. Even I was forgetting memories from when I was a kid, and I would take me a second. I had to sit and think on something. Other things was where is that? Okay, low energy. I also was so tired I could barely stay awake. I would wake up grumpy and exhausted just because didn't matter how much sleep I got. I was just so tired. And I was taking at least 5 to 10 minute power naps every day. Sometimes that was my lunch break, was just a nap, a 30-minute nap, because I couldn't get through the day. It was just making me sick how tired I was, and it didn't matter. But I would lay down and take a 5-minute power nap, and then I would have enough energy to usually finish out the day. it'd be enough to restart, but I still kind of felt like groggy and just really down. I had a hard time doing like high energy things. I was exercising a lot, but I'd have to like push to do that. I was always exhausted. I would keep trying to do things, but it was so hard because I've always been a go and not super tired, and suddenly I was just tired all the time. My acne was just getting worse and worse. When I was younger, I had it on my face and it kind of went away for a little bit and then just came back, and then it was going all over my shoulders and just popping up everywhere. I was this shaky thing where my hands were kind of always shaking. If you would look, my hands would be shaking, and I would like usually just hide and hold my hands just so it wouldn't notice, and I'd hold them close to me because it was so noticeable that it was happening. I also have had, I've talked about this in like other videos, not as very vocal, but having candida, which is like a yeast overgrowth, and that was something I self-diagnosed because again, I didn't like doctors. Followed all the symptoms, and there's a way to like self-test, and I did that and it came positive. And I've been off dairy for years, so a lot of that stuff was going on. Really, like, yeah, I didn't feel good, memory issues. If you would ask me before, I would say most of my days were either meh days or like yucky days. Like I just didn't feel good at all. It would be maybe once a month I would be like, this is a fab, I've had a great day, I feel awesome. And that was just life, and it got to the point of, I know life cannot just keep going this way, can't keep living in a meh world or yucky. And I didn't know what to do. I was trying a few different things. I was trying Focus Factor. I know a lot of people try that. And that definitely improved a lot of my focus and helped me with that, where I was having struggles with that. But it just didn't, it didn't do the full thing. So it was miraculous one day. I don't even know what happened, and it really is God's hand in everything. Randomly, I was talking to my mom about something. We had talked, and she was very aware of how I felt. And suddenly it clicked. She's like, I've heard this doctor online, on this Facebook group, someone mentioned. And so usually if I call doctors for anything, it takes me a long time to think and ponder, and just work up that courage to do it. But for some reason, I just decided, I grabbed the number and I called right then and there. And then no answer. Nothing. And didn't hear anything back for several weeks. During that time, me and Logan had started dating, which is kind of a funny coincidence, but leading up to a lot more what happened. So I kind of moved on past this point. They never answered. I was like, they're probably full. It's still in the middle of COVID. He's probably booked and whatever. They're not doing stuff, because also in the voicemail I had remembered them saying that they're not doing any in-office visits because of COVID. And I was like, they're not accepting anyone new. So that all happened, but then a few weeks later, I suddenly get this call, and it was a doctor's office saying, hey, can we schedule, kind of went over everything and how all the, everything would be over the phone. You get your blood work done and then meet with a doctor over the phone. So I didn't have to go anywhere. So one, that was a big blessing to me, because I was afraid of doctors. Give me everything online. Oh, the reason that I like this doctor is he did hormones. And I never really thought about my hormones being off, but also he was all natural. And that was something really big to me. And I knew of his wife. She's a big member of our church. And so that was like a really cool thing. It just kind of brought that comfort. But it was that he did natural instead of just putting someone like a lot of medications to just treat them. So I really like that. So I get this call, and they're like kind of going through everything, and I was like, yeah, let's move forward. So first they sent me this questionnaire about all of these different things. Are you feeling this? What's on your schedule? Scale, blah, 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 all this different stuff. And then I had a little meeting with the doctor, or not doctor, I think it was like a nurse. I don't really know actually what her title is still to this day. And there was some different stuff that I was worried about from that questionnaire. So just different stuff she mentioned. So I'm gonna go over right now, and I want to show you. Right now, I'm gonna show you some clips from this video I filmed, and kind of in the moment, because I think that will be kind of the best thing for it. Feeling super exhausted and tired, and that's how it's been like my whole life. And it's never made sense because all my other friends, like, yeah, you get tired, but they've always had so much energy, and I couldn't figure out why I was feeling this way. I'm going to, yeah, you first do like a preliminary, and then you talk to the actual doctor. And in that preliminary thing, she's going over my symptoms, and she's like, it sounds like it could be a thyroid thing, and maybe like Hashimoto's. And I don't know much about this. Maybe there's someone, if you know more. But when I was looking up online at some of the symptoms, and like some of them seemed treatable, but one, it was like it could be her getting pregnant. That's kind of really hard for me because like I'm young, I'm not even married or anything, and I really want to have kids. So I think that kind of made me nervous, but honestly, I don't know the details. I've been talking to a doctor on that. So we are going to see. I just want answers. I don't feel good a lot, and I want to be able to do more in life and not just suddenly just feel drained all the time and just want to be able to do stuff. So I just want to have some answers and some actual like proof to do this. I went and got my blood drawn, and I was terrified of what I was gonna find out. I was worried because of the Hashimoto's, of if I was gonna be able to have kids. I wanted answers, just really honestly, I just needed to know how I was feeling. And I wish I'd have gotten pictures or something at the doctor's office. I didn't really get anything there. I just was so off, and I wasn't filming a whole lot at this point, different things. I wish I did to get more, and this video was a lot. But when I got that, and I think they took like 7 to 9 vials of like little tubes, which is a lot, or I felt like a lot. I don't know compared to other people's, but got all that drawn. And then I had to wait another month to meet with the doctor to read my results, because he's very popular and had a lot of people. But then to get my results was even more surprising than I thought. I'm gonna tell that in my next video, because there's a whole lot more that I need to tell that happened to not only get my results, but now 2 months later to see the results, to see the healing process. So keep watching. I'm gonna keep posting these and opening up about my story, because I want other people where you feel like it's not like you're dying from cancer or you're sick in bed all the time, but you want to have your normal life back, and you want to feel good, and you want to be able to do stuff with family, and you want to be able to get back to your hobbies and do things. And maybe this will help you get answers with that too. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. My username is Brianna Jo Webster over on Instagram, so go check it out, and I'd love to be able to answer any questions. If you, no matter where you're at least in the United States, I believe he can meet with you. It is hard to kind of get in, but he can help. So if it is something that you're feeling a lot of the same symptoms, please feel free to out, because I want other people to feel as great, because life has changed since then, and it's been awesome. So I can't say it'll work for everyone, but it's been a great journey. So keep watching out for part 2 and probably part 3, and follow along, because I might do updates here on our Instagram. But life gets better. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a great day, great night. God bless.